Hello students, in previous classes we study about the second order type of reaction, radioactive decay type of reaction. Now in this class we study about the methods to determine the order of the reaction. We know that the order of the reaction is the sum of the powers of concentration terms in rate equation. Means the order of the reaction is x, y. So the order is equals to the sum of the powers of the concentration in rate equation. Here we use four type of methods to determine the order of reaction. So we write there are following methods to determine the order of the reaction. Methods to determine the order of the reaction. In our chapter, four type of methods are used to determine the order of the reaction. So first is integration method, or hit and trial method. Integration method and or hit and trial method. Second method is graphical method. Third method is half-life method, and fourth method is Ostwald isolation method. So these are the four methods which we use to determine the order of the reaction. So now we take first method to determine the order of the reaction, which is integration method or hit and trial method. First is method of integration. Methods of integration. In this method, first we analyze our chemical reaction, then we put the observations which we get from the analysis in zero order, first order, second order or nth order of reaction, integrated rate laws, which equation gives the constant value for K is the order of the chemical reaction. Means the following points here we analyze. First, analyze the reaction. Second, put the observations in integrated rate laws. Third, calculate the values of K for every time A and X. calculation which give constant value of k is the calculation which give constant value of k is the order of that chemical reaction. Means in this method first we analyze the reaction, means we analyze the reaction for calculation of x, time and initial concentration. Then we put the observation in integrated rate laws, means we calculate the integrated rate laws for every type of reaction. So now we put this calculation into integrated rate laws. Then we calculate the values of rate constant for each time and value of x. Then the equation which gives the constant value of k is the order of the reaction. To summarize this, we write in this method first we analyze the method chemical reaction, in this method we calculate the values of k for each observations, Third point of this method is the chemical reaction, the integrated rate law. The integrated rate law which give the constant value of k is represent the order of the reaction. So these are the points of this method. First we analyze, then we calculate the integrated rate law which give the constant values of k is the order of the reaction. Means here integrated rate laws, type of reaction, zero order, the integrated rate law is R naught minus R equals to KT or X equals to KT. The order of the reaction is 0. First order The integrated rate law is K equals to 2.303 upon T log R naught upon R, or K equals to 2.303 on T log A upon A minus X. These are the formulas. R naught or A is the initial concentration, R is remaining concentration. We can also write remaining concentration as A minus X. The order of the reaction is first. So, if this integrated rate law or this integrated rate law gives the constant values for the K, means we conduct 5 experiments on a chemical reaction, means the 5 experiments gives us 5 experimental datas. If we put 5 experimental datas in these rate laws, so the rate law which give 5 constant values for the K is the represent the order of the reaction. Means if we conduct this type of reaction experimentally and we observe 5 datas for each value of time, initial concentration and the product formation or completed reaction. If we put 5 observations in these rate laws, 0 order, first order, second order, which rate law give the constant value of K 5 times is the order of the reaction, represent order of the reaction. Means if this rate law give constant value of K for each time of experimental datas, then we say that this reaction is a 0 order. If this rate law gives constant values of K for each experiment, then we say that the reaction order is first order. If we put the observation into second order reaction, then we say that the order of the reaction is second. Means the rate integrated equation which give a constant value for every observation of a chemical reaction is represent the rate of the reaction. To better understanding this, we take a example. Our question is, following data are obtained for a chemical reaction. Determine the order of the reaction. Determine the order of the reaction. The datas are time, which is in minutes, 0, 45, 72, 157, 312, 600. Unreacted compound gram per moles. Unreacted compound is 0.0916, 0.0740, 0.0656, 0.0512, 0.0348, and at last 0.0228. So these are the datas for the experiment. Means here we conduct 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 experimental datas are there. So we put one by one of these datas and calculate the values of k. The rate equation or integrated equation which give constant value for each of the experimental datas, then we say that the order of this reaction is respect to this integrated rate law. So now we put these datas into first order, second order integrated reactions and see the outcomes of the calculations. In these datas answer we form a table. First we write T, which is 0, 45, 72, 157, 312, 600. The remaining concentration is A minus X, which is unreacted amount, is time equals to T0, 0.0074, 0.0656, 0.0512, 0.0348, these are the remaining concentrations. The compound form is written as A minus X. These are the remaining concentration. The value of X is calculated as, देखो, since A minus X equals to 0.0740, A minus X is equals to 0.0740. So X equals to is A minus 0.0740. We move the A into this direction and then we multiply this equation with the minus. So the A which is negative towards this side is becomes positive, and this value which is positive becomes negative. So the values of X is calculated as these. For this the A minus 0.0656, for this 0.A minus 0.512. So we put each of these datas in this to calculate the value of X. The value of A, which is initial concentration, is concentration at the time 0, means the A is the 0.0916. So this is the value of A, and for each these we calculate by subtracting the values of A from these datas. So the value of X for this is 0, because here we write A minus 0.0916, which is 0. These values give us values of X like 0.2, 60, 0.0404, 0.0568, 0.0176. So first we write the values of time, then we write the unreacted amount or remaining concentration, which is A minus x, then we calculate the value of x. The value of x is calculated as, since the A minus x equals to, for this we take this data 0.0512, because these are the A minus x values. So we can put anything from this table. A minus x equal to this, the value of x is 0.0512 minus a, or we can write x is equal to 0.0512. So we calculate the values of x by each of the observation like this. For each of the observation we calculate the value of x by this. So if we want to calculate the value of x of this observation, then we write x equals to a minus 0.0348. So we can calculate the values of x from the each observations. Now we put these data into integrated rate laws. So the first order integrated rate law is this 0.303 upon T log A upon A minus x. Time at T0 the reaction doesn't start, so the value of K is not present. Now we calculate the values of K for each of these observation, which came out equals to So these are the values for first order type of reaction, means these are the values of K for each observation. Now we put these data into second order integrated rate law. Again for the time equals to 0, the value of K is also not present. For second observation, the value of K come out as 577, 0.0562, 0.0548, 0.0557, at last 0.0549. So these are the calculation of K for each type of integrated rate equation. From this table we can observe that the value of K is not constant for first order reaction. Means here we can say that the value of K is 0.005, it becomes 0.004, then it becomes 0.003. Means the value of K is not constant for this integrated rate law. Means this reaction is not first order reaction. Then we put these data into second order integrated rate law. Here we can say that, see that the value of K came out equals to 0.005, 0.05, 0.05, 0.05, 0.05. Means these are the constant values for rate constant. Hence we can say that the order of the reaction is 2, because the values of K comes come out constant for the second from the second order integrated rate law. So in this method we try different type of integrated rate laws, and we see that the equation or the integrated rate law which give the constant values for the k is the represent the order of the reaction. So it is a hit and trial method. If we try zero order reaction, then we try first order, then we try second order, we try at last or until the values of k comes out constant. So it is a hit and trial method. It is a lengthy method because if a reaction is fourth order, so we have to calculate for zero order also, first order, second order, third order. Then at last for fourth order integrated rate law, the values of came out constant. So it is a very lengthy method to calculate the order of the reaction. So we use this method for the simple reaction. We do not use this method for the complex type of reaction. For simple reactions, this is accurate method, but for lengthy equations or complex reaction, this is a lengthy method. So this is a method of integration. Now we move on our second type of method, which is graphical method, So since we know that we draw graph for each type of reaction, we draw the graphs for zero order reaction, then we draw the graph for first order reaction and second order also. So by the seeing the graph, we can also decide the order of the reaction. So we write, in this method we determine the order of the reaction by plotting the graphs from observations. If a graph match with the graphs of chemical, if a graph matches with the graph of chemical reactions which are standard, then the order of reaction is determined by comparing both of the graphs. Means in this method, first we draw the graph from the observations, then we compare the graphs obtained by zero order reaction, first order reaction